This is the front page of the Daily Mail, and it's carrying the pictures of the 17-year-old suspect from the Southport attacks, who has now been named as Axel Rudakubana. So, it's the Daily Express. It says the unmasked teen accused of dance class triple murder. So the judge overseeing the case said that preventing the reporting of the suspect's name allowed others to spread misinformation. He added that while it is exceptional to release the name given the suspect was only 17, he was prepared to do so as Axel actually turns 18 next week. What do you guys make of this? Do you think this is the right thing to do, Oliver?
I think this is, in this situation, okay, so we have to understand what was happening in context to be able to really make a judgment call on this. I know, listen, our thoughts, our hearts, our minds and our attention must be to the three victims, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old who were brutally murdered. That is by far where my attention and my concern lies, and seeking justice for them is absolutely the priority of anyone who's following this story, not to mention the judge and jury that will be trying this 17-year-old. But Rudakubana has been named because it was causing such widespread disinformation that the judge in this case made an exceptional decision that I hope will remain exceptional. Whatever we might think of this person, however heinous the crimes, however deplorable the actions, he's still technically a child. And I don't want to hear this kind of pitchfork riot chant about how he should have known what he was doing, that he's a vile human being. All that may be true, but the law has to be fairly applied to all everywhere. And if we start to allow our hot-headedness, our tempers, and our rightful justice and fury at what this man has done, what this person has done, dictate what we do with him, it says something about us. So I am cautious and I'm, wary of what this judge has chosen to do. But I see in this case, it was to stop. Other people were being outed as this killer, and that's what he did.
Chrissa, do you think this will actually stop the spread of mimisinformation?
Yes, I think this was 100%
really
the right
okay. So
decision.
This is the key.
It is rare that, that those who are considered minors are named by judges, but there was such a vacuum of information or lack of information that was going on when it came to this case. The wrong people, you're quite right, were being named and targeted, but also it is such a heinous crime, and a crime that has led to such a high level of emotion and anger that I think the judge made the right decision to say, look, this lack of information it's in the public interest, and that I think is the ultimate test, and that's why we have judges to balance things up.
And they haven't released his
balance.
picture now. It's a picture when he was younger, and it's the court drawing as well.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision. It is the even without the misinformation out there, I think that the level of the crime is so awful, and the level of emotion about it is so high, and his age he is nearly 18. I think that it would have been the right decision anyway, because sometimes you do need to make exceptions.
He was. There's another layer to this, another piece to this that is far more sinister and far more concerning, which is what was happening on social media, the way that the mob was being whipped up by these far-right extremists and these groups, some of whom are the supporters of the English Defence League, who were using this opportunity and Rudakubana's race to almost stir up and whip up racial hatred. And this is really, really important, that they were ascribing things to him, like the fact that he was an asylum seeker, or I don't even think he is an asylum seeker. Essentially, what this turned into was a vacuum in which the most hateful people in our country were filling it with vile, inaccurate information, and this was kind of being whipped around, and it resulted in chaos.
And I think it is important to say that Axel is just a suspect at the moment. He hasn't yet been convicted of this crime.